Before we answer this question, we have to talk about history of Iran's nuclear program. The Iran nuclear program was launched in the 1950s with the assistance of the United States as part of the Atom for Peace program. The support and encouragement of the United States and Western European governments for Iran's nuclear program continued until the Islamic Revolution that overthrew the Shah regime in 1979. After the revolution in 1979, the Iranian government held the program and it was revived with less Western support than before the revolution. The Iran nuclear program consists of a number of research centers, uranium processing structures, including a uranium mine, a nuclear reactor, and a uranium enrichment center. There are 8 nuclear power plants in total in Iran. Iranian officials have little confidence to the international community because of their behavior during the 1980s Iran-Iraq war. During this war, Saddam used chemical weapons against the Iranian army and civilians, as Iran was a stronger and larger country. These chemical weapons killed or maimed thousands of Iranians and played an important role in the war in favor of Iraq. The international community was indifferent at this point. It was very ineffective in blocking Iraq and protecting Iran. Sharam Chobin, director of the Genevieve Center for Security Policy Studies, explains this situation as follows. Iran learned from the war with Iraq. If you don't want to be attacked, the threatening country must know that it will receive an equivalent response. Knowing that it would undergo an equivalent chemical weapon retaliation in the Desert Storm attack stopped Iraq. However, it shows that knowing that such a response will not come from Iran enabled Iraq to use chemical weapons against Iran during the war. When many countries saw the pressure of the United States, the lack of trust in the international community in Iran was re-established as they cut or stopped their commercial relations with Iran's nuclear administration. To sum up, the Islamic Revolution Iran has transformed its role as one of the important allies of the West into the other of the West in the region. This transformation has also affected Iran's nuclear policy, especially for Iran, which has nuclear energy with the support of the United States. Having nuclear energy since 1984 has become a part of its anti-Western identity. In terms of the West, Iran's nuclear policies started to be perceived as a threat, and since the Islamic Revolution, they tried to stop Iran's nuclear policies with various embargoes and sanctions imposed by the United States. Despite sanctions and embargoes, Iran continues its nuclear policies as a guarantee of its national identity and regime. So, Iran's finding of the nuclear bomb will threaten the countries around it more than others. If you ask me, Iran hasn't found the bomb yet, but it's obvious that they have a lot of possibilities. Even they have limited money. You can be sure that they will advertise the nuclear bomb too much when they found the nuclear bomb and they solve their money shortage. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself.